This is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
Hey guys, it's me, Travis with PlayerProps.ai, and this is what we're looking at for Wednesday. Yesterday's show, we went through and we drew the winners for the $500,000 first place prize, or $500,000 to first place fantasy football ticket prize. And what that was in a nutshell is there's this contest on rtsports.com. If you win first place in the fantasy league, you get $500,000. So it wasn't a prize pool or anything. It was free to enter, and some of you psychopaths out there still did not enter it. And I don't care. It doesn't matter if you don't know jack about fantasy football. If you ever in life get a free shot at a free opportunity to win a sum of money, regardless of the amount, always take advantage of it. So now we have 3 people in our community who are getting free entries into the $500,000 to first place prize. And guess what? If one of them wins, how dumb are you going to feel that you never entered the contest to begin with? That I gave you an entire week to throw your name in the hat before we did the drawing. Everybody that put their name in the hat, we drew, and then 3 people were randomly selected by that spinning wheel we did yesterday. Also on the show, I did a little collage for you guys on all of the undefeated wins we've had over the past 11 or 12 days. And then I answered, I guess, an unasked question from a few episodes ago where people are like, I don't know if you're going over or under. And I'm like, how? It's impossible to not know if I'm going over or under. It's literally impossible, regardless how small your phone is. But what I did do is I went back and I watched the video when I was splicing it up yesterday for yesterday's show. And I realized that at the very end, I said something like, Jose Quintana 4.5, Will Warren 4.5, and so Nate Eovaldi 6.5. And then I go, oh, I actually thought you guys were being honest with me. I thought you were actually struggling to read the screen. But when I went back and watched the video and saw that there's a part near the very end where I literally give out 3 player names and 3 lines without saying over under, you weren't asking for help. You were not asking for me to find a way to make it easier for you to see the screen on my YouTube video. You lazy pieces of garbage lied to me. You lied to me. You told me you could not tell on the screen, and I know for a fact now that I went back and I watched that gosh dang show that you 1000% fast forwarded to the end only to hear that small clip where I said 3 player names and 3 lines. So, sucks to suck. That's why you didn't get any plays yesterday. So if you lost all your stuff, you lost all your bets yesterday because you didn't have anybody spoon feeding you stuff, that's on you. Stop sucking, start paying attention. You made me think that my YouTube show, I was going too fast, or I was saying things, or I was showing you things on the app that I built for you to succeed. And when I went back and watched the video to make sure that I was doing everything in the best effort for you guys, I realized that I had to go back and rewatch it to realize that I said 3 player names and 3 lines. And that was what you were lying to me about. You didn't have trouble watching the screen. You had trouble committing to your success and watching the gosh dang show. If you watch the show, which I showed you yesterday, it's 1,000,000% easy to know exactly what we do. I can't believe I actually thought you guys let me think that the screen was too small. And you guys lied to me. You just fast forwarded to the end and you're like, oh crap. I didn't want to watch the whole thing. I just wanted to see what he locked in because I don't care about myself. I don't care about my family. I just want to get play spoon-fed to me. I don't care about being a better. I'm lazy. Please just tell me which sides. That's not how this works. And if you paid attention yesterday, you're a step greater than you were the day before because yesterday, again, all of these YouTube shows I do for you are gosh dang educational. Me flailing my arms like that just tweaked my injury that I mentioned yesterday, my not rotator cuff, my torn labrum in my right arm. That hurt. That definitely just hurt. I might have to get surgery on this thing, and I'm not looking forward to it. I need to stop flailing my arms and being... it's just, you guys drive me nuts to the point where I flail my arms, forgetting that I tore my labrum in my right arm. That is how much you drive me crazy. So first, stop lying to me. 2, stop lying to yourself. 3, care about your family and yourself just a little bit more than you do now. On the educational show I dropped for you guys yesterday, the main 2 things to pay attention to, the main thing for your personal success is we said, hey, instead of betting today, go through all of the tools. There's 10 tools on the app. Go through all of these tools here, and click this purple pink button up top that says tap to learn. That was your task. That was your educational tip for yesterday. Did anybody actually do that hasn't done that yet? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the Discord, because Discord's somewhere you should be anyway. And then the second thing was, because we were doing the drawing for the $500,000 first place fantasy league tickets, I was stressing the fact that you're going to look pretty dumb when we draw for the $5,000 cash and giveaway prizes, which we have 10 days left for, by going to PlayerProps.ai/giveaway. You're going to look pretty dumb. You're going to feel pretty dumb when everybody's name is in the hat for the drawing and your name's not in there, because you've had 90 days. You've literally had... I'm pretty sure I've had this going for 3 full months, and it all ends on the first day of college football, which is only 10 days away. So yeah, like why are you betting? You're betting because you want more money, right? Or are you betting because you're addicted? You need to figure out which is which. If you're betting because you would like to have some action on the games and have the most optimal chance to win before the game ever starts, then why aren't you joining and entering your name for a free $5,000 cash and prizes giveaway? It costs you 0 cents, but you're still... I don't even know what you're doing. You're not doing what's best for you. You're doing what's best for the sports books and making you look pretty silly. But your question might be, on today's show, are we going to find something? Because I know yesterday's lesson was going through all of these, having us go through all these buttons up here. But if you did that, then you're not going to have to worry about understanding how these tools work. Tomorrow, I have very, very, very big news. How big news, you may ask? Where is that picture at? Give me a second here. There's a... Oh, is this it? No, that's not it. Here we go. Very, very big news. There's a channel in our Discord called Secrets. Pretty much the only thing in that channel, which is available to everybody, says if you live in a purple state, you see all the light purple states there? There's 22 to be exact. If you live in a purple state, simply click the emoji on that message, and it actually does something, which you're going to see tomorrow what it does. But we have some amazing news for the people in the purple states. And if you're saying, oh man, I'm not in a purple state, chances are, if you're not in a purple state, you have legal sports betting. Chances are. It's not a guarantee, but we got some fun stuff, some amazing things that it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna change a lot of stuff. But I don't want to go into too much detail. Tomorrow's going to be the announcement for that. So if you're in a purple state, make sure, and you go to the Secrets channel in Discord, make sure you tap the globe emoji if you live in a purple state. So, now that we've done that, let's find something on the app. No over for DraftKings. 1 over for FanDuel. 1 under for DraftKings. Same under for FanDuel. So let's just stay on FanDuel for right now, since we have an over and an under trifecta. Okay, so we have here Michael McGreevy is an underplay. But the first thing we notice, because we pay attention to everything that Teacher Travis says, is to reference the MLB ban list channel, which is part of the free channels to access. To reference the channel, to make sure you're not looking at anything that's banned. And I have memorized this because I've done 800 shows for you guys teaching you how to do it. Colorado under Ks is banned. I don't care if they've only struck out the 5th least in the last 3 games on average. We don't go against Colorado for underplays. They're second in the league overall this season for a reason. So let's look at this over here. Christopher Sanchez, I've really liked this year. I don't know how close he is in the Cy Young race. I don't think he's that close. I'm pretty sure I think he wasn't he the pitcher that got like gypped from getting into the All-Star game, even though he had like a much better output than some of the other people. I don't know. I think he was involved in some discussion like that. So Cincinnati has struck out a lot this season, but they've actually not struck out at all in the last 3 games. They're second least. But this guy is the epitome of consistent. Just looking back to his last 8 starts, he's not gotten any less than 5. His line's at 5.5. So he hasn't gotten less than 5, but 3 of the times he went over, he barely went over with 6. The good news is, as you see here, 106 pitch count, 101 pitch count, the team lets him go into the hundreds. Scroll down, one of the things we checked for, 26.1. What do we look for here? Do you remember? For the people that don't hate themselves and actually watch the videos, we look for 20% or higher for overplays. We look for under 20% for underplays. This is an overplay we're looking at, so we want this to be 20% or higher, and it's 26.1, which checks that box. First lefties, 25.7 checks that box. So those boxes are checked. I'm curious why he wasn't a trifecta on DraftKings, so now I want to go to DraftKings. And that's what I figured. I figured that his line was already higher. I'm assuming nobody has him less than 5.5, but that's why we have this app feature here to make sure. Cincy Reds at Phillies, 5.5 on everything but DraftKings. That's interesting. If you are going over on him, BetMGM has the best payout. And if you're betting on sports, you want to get the most amount of money when you win, which is why this tool exists. If you're simply betting on FanDuel because, well, that's where my money is, that's where I put all my money, I don't bet on anything but FanDuel. FanDuel is almost the worst payout for going over on strikeouts. Do not give any sportsbook loyalty. They don't give a crap about you. Why would you bet on FanDuel if this sportsbook is available in your state when you're getting paid more money if you're right? If you are going to be right, which you're not going to be right all the time, make sure you maximize how much money you make when you are right. Okay, so we know that 5.5 is now the best case scenario for Christopher Sanchez. Oh, I didn't want to do Moneyline. Gosh dang it, I keep clicking on the wrong tools. Okay. So we're going back to FanDuel. Cincinnati, 29th, second least in the last 3 games. The consistency is interesting. The last time he didn't get 5 was almost 2 months ago. Yeah, he's still like, it's really hard for him to have this, like, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. This entire season, which is, I don't know, let me just count these real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 starts this season. This man has gotten less than 5 4 times, and 2 of them were near the beginning here, which I don't even know if this counts. 2 innings pitched. I don't know if he got hurt or came in relief or what that story is, so I don't even know if I would count that. So in games where he pitched 6 innings or more, 3. So what do we say he had? Like, I don't even know how many starts we already counted, but consistent. And not only consistent, but he's had some crazy games. 12, 9, 11, 8, 12. That's a complete game he pitched here against Boston. 12 Ks. I can't wait to show you guys what we're doing tomorrow. The big announcement for the people in the Purple States. Going to blow your mind. Do we go against the team that has struck out the 10th most this season, but the second least? Let's see exactly the team trends for Cincinnati here. So they're 10th most. Their last game, over the entire 9 innings, they only struck out 4 times, which I believe is, yeah, that's tied for second best. And then over the last 3 games, who are they? Oh, they're actually tied. They're not even second least. They're tied for the least in general, 6.33, 6.33. It just seems like an outlier, though, because they have 8.14 Ks on average on home games and 9 on away games. What I want to do here real quick is let's see exactly what pitchers they versed. Do they verse elite pitchers? Okay, so last 3 games, right? Oh, the opposite of elite pitchers because they're not striking out that much, right? Wait. Cincinnati. They struck out 6 against the starter 3 games ago. They struck out 6 times against Michael Burrows. Total for that game, 6, 8, 9. They had 10 strikeouts total 3 games ago. 2 games ago, they struck out 6 times. What am I missing here? How is this? All right, let's look at yesterday then. Yesterday, a 6-1 win over the Phillies. Oh, I'm looking at... Am I looking at the right team? Okay. So, they did only strike out 4 times yesterday. So, this is right. But why is it so skewed? Oh, maybe I was looking at Cincinnati 2 games ago. Yeah, I was looking at the Cincinnati pitcher. Duh. Looks like what? Tylan Walker, the Phillies got 2 Ks against them through 6 innings. Then every relief pitcher got 1. So 2, 3, 4. They only struck out 4 times 2 games ago. And then 3 games ago, yeah, they struck out a ton. So it's just like 2 recent games against the Phillies. And these Phillies guys that they're versing, I mean, Suarez was supposed to have a lot of strikeouts, but they just lit him up and they didn't strike out against him. They got him for what, like 6 runs? Yeah, 6 runs in less than 6 innings. So I think, what was... Let's go back to yesterday and look at Walker real quick. Or not Walker, Suarez. What did we say for Suarez versus Cincinnati? Okay, so his line on FanDuel was 5.5. Yeah, so his line was 5.5. So he wasn't an over or an under play. The projection was that he was going to get 5.5 or 5.6. His line is 5.5. So there's not enough difference there. I could have sworn that I saw somebody in Discord play him, but he's also not gotten 6 strikeouts or more in 4 of the last 5 games after being pretty consistent. And that's not what we're seeing with our guy today. Yeah, because it's the same line, but Suarez was projected to get 5.6. While today's guy, Sanchez, who I believe has had a much better season than Suarez, is projected to get a whole 1 strikeout more against the exact same team. Maybe it just wasn't a good matchup for Suarez. I don't know. So we have a left-handed pitcher versus a ton of righties. A true lefty, one switchy, a lot of righties. And we already know, because we looked at this, he's got a 26% strikeout rate against righties and almost the same one against lefties. So I'm going to say this is somewhat an outlier because 3 games ago, they struck out, what did we say, 8 or 9 times. 2 games ago was like 5, and then last game was 1, or last game was 4. So this essentially is saying that the Reds just didn't strike out a lot the last 2 games. This is saying the Reds have struck out a lot over all of their games. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to say Mr. Consistent is going to be left in the game long enough to get the 6th one he needs. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to hope that this team shows up and that this team does not show up. But again, that's only like the last 2. If it was 3 games ago, we'd still probably be okay. All right, so I think that's what we're going to go with. But yes, so everybody, if you did not listen to everything I said, you're not going to win today because I trapped you guys for fast forwarding to the spot. So enjoy that. But remember, the screen to the left, the map. If you live in a purple state, your minds will be blown tomorrow. We have some very exciting news. I've been working on something for like 60 days now, and tomorrow's the day we announce what's so exciting for the people that live in these purple states. Have any questions about anything whatsoever? It's very easy. All you have to do is ask them. If you are confused about something, don't give up on yourself. Ask a question. There are no dumb questions. You can ask a question in the channels by asking in the channels in the Discord. You can DM me, send me a direct message, aka a personal message on Discord. If you don't want to ask a question there are no dumb questions. What is dumb is not asking questions. As long as you're asking questions, you're trying to get smarter. If you don't ask questions and you don't know everything, you're not trying to get smarter, and betting is not going to work out for you in the long run. So ladies and gents, if you fast forward to this point, congratulations. You screwed yourself. If you watch the whole thing, congratulations. You're setting yourself up for success. We'll see you guys in the Discord.